Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another What I'm Reading Right Now video here on the channel. It's been a couple of weeks since the last time we spoke. Last week I wasn't posting, but I'm here to tell you about all the things I have read. It is not very many. General life update. This new job has me so busy, so profoundly busy, more so than I've ever been in the last 7 years of my life. I'll come on to everything that I'm thinking about that later in the video. Let's start with what I have been reading, what I'm currently reading, and what I shall be reading next. First up, I finished The Sword Defiant by Gareth Hanrahan. I ended up doing this by audiobook. I really liked it. I think this is a fantastic book. It is a story about essentially a D&D party well after the end of their campaign. This is years later. They are much older now. They defeated Lord Bone, the necromancer, many years ago, and his city got taken over and kind of reclaimed, but the city still has a lot going on that's a bit weird. And our main character Alf, who is kind of the barbarian of the party, if you know D&D terms, is summoned back to Necrad to kind of solve a mystery of sorts. Someone has opened Lord Bone's tomb. It can only be one of the 9 of them. What's going on? It's really well written. I talked a lot about this in a recent live stream where we were talking about men writing men in an interesting way, and how normally I would never pick this book up because of the cover. Because I liked his other stuff, I was interested in reading this, and actually it really impressed me, and I'm excited to read more in this world. It helps that there is a point of view of a female character as a main point of view in the story. It's just so good. Just check it out. I'll have a review up for you in the future. Hopefully. I finished A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Cattrall. This is an epistolary novel. It's a novel told in letters, and it's so good. If you want a nice romance of manners, just a lovely little mystery to solve. I think the ending is a little bit questionable. I wasn't totally sold on a lot of the stuff to do with the ending, but I think because it's a book 1, I might come round to it in book 2. But overall, I just had the best time reading this. It was easy to read, it was light, it was nice, it was just lovely. I had a great time. I really like the world that's created, this sort of underwater, flooded world. It's very light academia in a lot of ways. Just a wholesome, good time, but still with a bit of bite to it. It's not completely just sweetness and light. Loved it. Review will come your way at some point. If I'm whizzing through these, it's because I have a meeting in 15 minutes, so bear with me, okay? I finished The Inheritance Orquídea Divina. I'm not pronouncing that correctly. My Spanish is not great. This has been recommended to me by a bunch of people. I did it via audiobook. I really loved it. It's a fantastic kind of magical realism, family, generational trauma kind of book. I don't have too much to say that hasn't been said already on this, other than to wholeheartedly recommend it. I think it's a really beautiful book. I liked the audio a lot. I think that it's one of those books I'd really like to reread now, knowing where it goes and just seeing little bits throughout. I think would probably be very enjoyable. It's a multi-timeline story in a lot of ways. Just good. You should read it. Read it. It's great. And most recently I finished Unraveler by Frances Hardinge. This is so good. I love Frances Hardinge. I love this book. It is about a world in which there is the concept of curses, people who get a curse egg in them, and then in the world they think they will inevitably curse someone. And Kellen, one of our main characters, is a curse unraveler, hence the name. He can unpick curses and sort of fix people who have been cursed. And his friend Nettle, who was cursed to be a heron, which is why there's a heron on the cover of one of the editions, kind of travel around solving curses, and they get recruited to try and solve a wider problem with curses that's going on. It's just a really fantastically written book. I think some Frances Hardinge's worlds get so sort of surreal and slightly unusual that you get a little bit lost in them. This one feels like one of the more logical worlds, and it just feels really rich and beautiful, and her writing is so good. And the overall message of the story is not one that I will spoil, because I think you do need to experience it for yourself. Hammered home a lot of things for me. I think it's going to be a wonderful one to review when I do get round to that. And yeah, I would say if you are arachnophobic, it's not necessarily the best one to read. There are these creatures called little brothers who kind of create the curse eggs, and they aren't spiders, but they absolutely are. So just, I feel like it's advertising that on the cover, that maybe if you don't like spiders at all, this might not be one for you. But it's not overtly a scary book. I would say it reads a little bit older than some of her very, very middle grade content. It's definitely young adult and up, but I loved it. It's so good. On to what I'm currently reading. I have started Heart's Blood by Juliette Marillier. I have read 50 pages and I haven't got much further than that. It's really long chapters, which isn't exactly great for my brain right now. I think I need to just knuckle down, sit down, read this, enjoy it, because I do think it's a cool concept. So at the moment we have a girl who has escaped from something, and she is traveling, and she has been made the scribe for a slightly kind of haunted castle, and I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to find out the mystery. It's just a little bit slow for me at the moment. I've read the first story in Never Have I Ever, which is Isabel Yap's short story collection. I really liked it. I think it's going to be a good scary story collection, which I'm looking forward to. This is essentially, I think, going to be a long-term read for me for middle of the night insomnia reading. So I'm thinking it's going to be slow, and I'm accepting that it's going to be slow, and I'm just going to work my way through it. And I'm 42% through The Story of Silence by Alex Myers. This is a retelling of a medieval poem, which is about a very complicated to get into the weeds with it, but it's essentially post-Arthurian. We have a guy gets made, because he kills a dragon, he gets made the king of Tintagel, so Cornwall, because he gets married, because he has killed a dragon, he's granted that boon. However, unless him and his wife have a son, they cannot keep Cornwall in their line. It's going to be taken away from them. When his wife has a daughter, they pretend the daughter is a son, and yeah, we're hearing all about Silence and their journey, and it's a story kind of about nature versus nurture and a lot to do with gender. I think it's fairly, at the moment, fairly basic, like starting to expand your ideas about gender, which is not necessarily where I'm at in my life, but I think it is an interesting story, and I am enjoying the audiobook. I just don't have a lot to say about it overall yet, but I'm interested to see how the second half of the book goes. Other things I would like to read this week, I'm not gonna, but I would really like to. I have The Death I Gave Him by NX Liu. This is sci-fi Hamlet. I just feel like this is going to be a quick win. I haven't had a chance to pick it up because I'm reading too many other things at the moment. I also have The Light Brigade by Cameron Hurley, is one of my owned TBR books that I am going to quite happily say that can be a future read. It's not urgent. I don't need to read it now. It's all good. And then I have The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is his new release, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. I just don't know when. It might be a tomorrow job, maybe? It depends when I get this video edited. We'll see. If I get the video edited on Thursday, then I'll read it on Friday. And if I don't, then I won't. And that's fine. I know it's coming through. My time management has been really tricky since I got this new job. I don't think it's me managing my time poorly. I think it's just that the amount of time I have where I have a brain that can handle reading has massively reduced. And I think I'm going to have to really sit with my reading goals for the year and my reading schedule and just make it realistic. I'm thinking saying I'm going to read 200 books again this year might actually not be realistic, at least not for the first half of the year, and I think I need to stop beating myself up about it. But I don't want to just sort of say, well, I quit and I'm gone and never mind, I won't read a book again because I've got too much else I'm doing. I think I just want to really sit down with my schedule and reassess when I'm doing things and when I'm having dead time in the day that I could be reading or that I would like to be reading, giving myself more leeway to buy more audiobooks so I can read books that way, and what can I do while I'm listening to things. And I think that would probably help, but I do definitely need to just have a bit of a sit down with myself. So yeah, that's me. I'm sorry this has been so fast, but hopefully it's a whiz through what I have been reading. Thank goodness I hadn't read a lot of stuff, or I would be even faster. What have you been reading? What have you been up to? Let me know down in the comments below. Wish me a happy birthday. You're watching this on my birthday if I get it edited in time. While you're down there commenting, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. You can also come hang out on Discord where we have chill chats about books. I'd like to say an enormous thank you to all the ghosts who haunt me over on Patreon. They support the channel and in return get early access to videos, bonus content, access to my weekly live streams, and more. If you'd like to join their number, that's linked below as well. Thank you so much to you for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. It's gonna be some bloopers now. Welcome. Oh, that's a weird angle. And Kellen? Yes.